The universe must have the ability and the energy to do it, and the knowledge to do it. So the 4 qualities that the universe must possess. Otherwise, the universe cannot make that transformation from a very state of singularity to an expanded state after inflation, where the laws of the universe came into existence and they became so precise, like the gravitational constants, the Planck's constants, and so on and so forth.
Yes, but you just have to have like energy, because everything is energy. You have to have energy.
Let me give you an example. If you have energy on your remote with a battery, can this energy write a poem? And this is energy only for a remote for the TV. Can it write a poem?
No, but you use the energy to write a poem.
Wait, that energy is not self-aware, or is it?
No, it's not.
Good. So if it's not self-aware, can it write a letter to you saying tomorrow I'll meet you? You can't. So the energy, by having the existence of energy, it doesn't mean it can do something and everything. It can only do what it's programmed to do. So a remote is programmed, if you press this button, infrared or ultraviolet, whatever, right? That's all it can do. Instructions it follows. So the universe is energy, essentially, because matter and energy is interconvertible. So if that energy or the universe was not conscious and self-aware, it cannot make anything, do anything.
Okay, I see your point, yes.
That's why I'm saying we tend to give the universe all the qualities of a creator, because we don't want to be responsible for our purpose in our life, because that's what our creator tells us. But the universe doesn't. Why people choose the other option? Because the universe doesn't tell us to live in a particular way of life, in a religious paradigm in which you become good, avoid the bad, because the universe doesn't tell you anything. That's why people follow the other option. But in reality, you know very well, this universe reflects that there is a creator who intended this universe to come into existence, purposefully put this universe into action with all of this precision and engineering for a reason. Why are we not choosing the creator over the universe as the cause of the...
I think that our knowledge is like too little to make assumptions, and like people want to have answers to everything, like because like we hate to not have answer to something, but I don't think that everything has an answer.
But we have those fundamental questions answered. For example,
no, we don't.
Okay, which question about the existence of this world we haven't answered? This world cannot come into existence by itself while it was nothing. We know that answer. How did you know the answer? We don't need to do an experiment. There are certain essential reasoning that we have that we can use and we can arrive at the truth. Science has an underlying philosophical assumptions. That's why science can operate. Otherwise, science would not be able to operate within its domain. Likewise, reasons,
But you can't
logic.
The origins of life scientifically, and the origins of stars, the origins of planets.
We can.
Yeah. So
The origins of everything cannot be nothingness, number one. Cannot be itself while it was nothing. It has to be something other than itself. And whatever it's the other thing that brought the universe into existence, brought all of the things that you mentioned into existence, must possess the ability to do so, must have intention to do so. So again, we're going back to a creator concept in which that thing brought the universe into existence having all these qualities, at least these 4 qualities: self-awareness, intention, will, ability or power, and knowledge. This is what we give a concept of our creator, who has those essential qualities in our processor.
And all knowing and has independent choice.
And he's living, self-aware. It is not something that you have to do an experiment to find out or do a PhD. You don't need to. Why? Because these things are evident for those who reflect and use their reason. The intellect is there not only to find out which is the best restaurant and the best man for your husband or a boyfriend and the best food and the best clothes. The intellect is there to tell you about your purpose in this life. Why you're here, where did you come from, and where you're going, essentially. Because if we did not answer those questions, we're like cattle, like chewing and that's it.
And worse, and actually cattle, they don't cause corruption, and they don't cause pollution like us. So we they have more effect, more bad impact actually on the things around us if we didn't follow the guidance from God.
Thank you. Want to tell me that's about the purpose?
If we are created by a creator, the best way we can know the purpose is not by me and you and everyone is speculating what the purpose is. Imagine your friend says, the purpose of my life is to eat chocolates.
But what if there is no purpose?
Do you really see?
What is the purpose? It's to universe to like
Okay. I'll
experience itself.
I will agree with you. Look, it's a phone, it has no purpose. You would say, this thing takes pictures, makes videos. Can I understand something, right? You see this phone?
Yes.
If I told you this has no purpose, and you look at it and you examine it, it takes pictures, you can speak to your friends in a different part of the world, you can write on it, it still has no purpose. You will say, that doesn't make sense. A sophisticated engineering, precise engineering object like that demonstrates purpose. The universe with its sophistication, precision, precise engineering demonstrates a purpose. If it was all like chaotic everything, then he would say maybe there is no purpose. But it's not chaotic. The spin of the electron, how everything revolves around an axis, how everything revolves. In fact, there's nothing stationary. The physical laws that are in operation, they're not arbitrary, they're fixed constants that we're talking about. These things demonstrate it purposefully put there for a reason. Your heart and your, the genetic code in your body, in the DNA, it's not there, it's just there without a reason. It has a purpose. It has instructions for proteins to be formed that will make tissues and organs. It has a purpose. All of this, all around us, are purposeful. So, how do we know the purpose of our own life? It's not by speculating. It's only when our Creator tells us what the purpose is, then we can be sure. And the Quran tells us what the purpose is.
Is to worship God and basically to be grateful to the Creator. That's all. God doesn't want anything from us. God is self-sufficient. Doesn't need our worship. God is commanding us to worship Him. This is showing our gratitude to Him, God, to the Creator. That's all. And actually, it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, if you are here for a purpose, there should be a purpose for our creation. And just to be grateful to that, and that's a simple thing. A simple thing, just to be grateful to that, to worship this one God in the way that God described. That's all. Nothing. So that's why, that's the purpose.
Would you not be grateful to someone who helped you?
Yes, I would, but
Right. So someone who gave you lungs, kidneys, heart, eyes and ears and stomach and all of that to not only live a life, sustain a life and enjoy life, would you not be grateful? Look, if we were in an accident and
private life.
if you look,
Private life.
if we were in an accident,
we need to
Yeah.
slowly end our discussion.
that's
because we
right.
have the limit
But
of
what we're
time.
saying is, you are young and smart and intelligent. Don't waste your purpose of life away, because when death comes to us, it will be too late to say, oh, I did not fulfill my purpose. Send me back, I will do it again. There will be no sending back. Quran tells us, God tells us, there will be no coming back. We have this life, we need to fulfill the purpose of our life. And death is the end of our time to fulfill that life. And when the death will come, do you know? No one knows. That's why, before it's too late, you have to work on it.
So we'll read it, analyze it, and get our own
Do you have, did you
answers.
take a copy of the Quran? by
Thank
the way?
you.
Yeah, we have them. All right. Bye.
Take care. Take care.